Hi, my name is Rangga Siddhartha. Welcome to my channel, KanGuru Rangga. Long live less, learn effectively smarter. Before we start, allow me to thank you for visiting my channel and watch my videos. Now, I will be sharing videos about how to communicate in English. Remember that I'm only sharing but not teaching, so you are more than welcome to contribute constructive ideas and even to ask me to make videos about certain topics in English. Alright, let's start. I've been asked recently to make a video about how to use conditional sentence type 1 by my friends and also a lot of students of mine. Now, they mostly ask me first about when to use it and what conditional sentence type 2 is for. And secondly, they also ask me how to construct the sentences. And lastly, they also ask me to give examples of how to use it, to use the pattern in real sentences. Now, before I answer these questions, I'm pretty sure that you have heard of these expressions. For example, right. How about this one? Yeah, you tell me about it. Right. This is why people often imagine that their life would become different, that they would live such a fairy tale kind of life. But you know what? It's not going to happen. For me personally, using second conditional is like Aladdin's expressing his wishes but without the jinn to make it come true. Now, in order to learn more and in depth of how to use second conditional or conditional sentence type 2, let's have a look at this. Now, what is the function of second conditional? You see, as you can see in the whiteboard, second conditional is used to express actions or situations in the present or the future which are not likely to happen. Now, these actions or situations can be imaginary situations or actions. It can be hypothetical, and for sure, it is impossible. Now, imagine me being Rangga as a teacher. Somehow I wish that my life would be as perfect as C1 maybe, or Vin Diesel. Right. Now, who wouldn't want to be like C1 or Vin Diesel? But you know what? Without the jinn to make my wishes come true, I'm pretty sure it will be all impossible because all of them are just imaginary. So I'm expressing my imaginary wishes. Now, how to use it in a sentence and how to construct the sentence. Now, let's have a look at the pattern first. You see, conditional sentence type 2 contains two clauses in a pattern. Let's have a look. The first one is a main clause. Now, in the main clause, you use subject, would, and verb 1. And then you continue with the if clause. Now, in the if clause, it has if, of course, because the name is already if clause. If, and then subject, and then past verb. Remember, it's past verb. It can be any verb, but it should be verb 2 or past continuous verb. Now, this clause is not the only pattern, okay? So you could use another pattern in which you reverse the if clause and place it at the beginning of the sentence like this. So it will become if subject, past verb, and then continue with subject, would, and verb 1. Now, bear in mind, when you use the second pattern, starting with the if clause, you should put a comma to separate the if clause with the main clause. Check. Right. Now, there is also something else that you should know and you should remember. Now, let's have a look at the note. Remember that the verb that we're using in second conditional can be either action verb or be verb, because we don't always use action verb all the time. We could use adjectives, we could use noun, and we could use adverb. Now, when you use adverb, noun, or adjective in a sentence, you should use be verb instead of action verb. Now, what is the second one? The second note that you should remember is when you use be verb, only were, the to be, were, is used for all subjects. So we don't use was in here. Now, there is also an exception in which you could use was, but we are not going to discuss it in this video. I want you to check out my other videos. I will give you the link in the description below later. Alright, now what should we do next? Now, my friends and also students also ask me about how to use it in a sentence. So you have already seen how to use the pattern or the construction of the form in a sentence. Now, what about to make it into an examples of sentences? Now, let's have a look at the example, shall we? Okay, let's have a look at this pattern. So, I would destroy coronavirus if I had Thanos' Infinity Stones. Oh my goodness, I also wish I got the Infinity Stones and then get rid of all the viruses, because it's outbreaking now. Now, however, it is too good to be true for today. I mean, not for the antivirus to be found, but for me to get all Thanos' Infinity Stones? Those are all imaginary, and pretty sure they're all impossible. I mean, even with the jinn next to myself, jinn will not make it come true. Maybe. Alright, so let's have a look at the examples. Now, I would destroy coronavirus if I had Thanos' Infinity Stones shows that first, the if I had Thanos' Infinity Stones is what I call the wish. Okay, so this is your wish. If I had Thanos' Infinity Stones, so what am I going to do if I had all Thanos' Infinity Stones? Is I would destroy coronavirus. Now, let's learn about the fact and the reality. So what is the reality behind this? Check. Now, the reality says, I don't have Thanos stones, and so I cannot destroy coronavirus. Now, if you could see the pattern, okay, the pattern is using would, verb 1, and then using if, subject, had. Now, in the pattern of the reality is all using the present form. See, I don't have Thanos stones, and so I can't destroy coronavirus, right? Now, in order to make it clearer, I will give you the second examples of how to use the pattern into the sentences. Let's have a look. Now, this time, I'm going to show you the fact first and the reality first. Let's have a look at the fact first. See, the fact is, I don't learn to become the most powerful magician because Hogwarts School is not real. Am I correct? Now, how to make this fact or the reality become conditional sentence? Now, in a conditional sentence, of course, as you learned before, when the reality or fact is written in or expressed in present, the conditional sentence should be all in the past. Now, let's have a look at the pattern first. If you go back to the pattern, now you will see that you could use subject, would, verb 1, and then if, subject, past verb. Now, how to make it into conditional sentence? Now, let's have a look. What is your wish? Your wish is Hogwarts School is not real, right? So you wish that Hogwarts School were real. So in order to make it into conditional sentence, make your wish with if. So if Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry were real. Alright, so what are you going to do if Hogwarts School were real? So if Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry were real, I would learn to become the most powerful magician. Does it make sense? Well, those are the examples of conditional sentence type 2 in sentences. Now, I hope that you will find this video quite useful. However, before I end this video, I want to check whether you really understand how to use the pattern into the sentence. So how about me giving you an exercise? Now, alright, there we go. Now, I want to show you the fact. Closer. Okay, check the fact. So the fact or the reality says, I'm not Aladdin, so I can ride on a magic carpet. Let me repeat. I'm not Aladdin, so I can ride on a magic carpet. Now, this is the reality, all written and expressed in present. I want you to turn or change it into conditional sentence type 2. Think now. Yeah? Good. Right. Remember, take a look at the pattern. You should use subject would verb 1 if subject past verb. Or you could use the second pattern in which you could reverse. The if clause starts first. So if subject past verb, remember, use a comma followed with subject, would, and verb 1. So, have you come up with an answer? Bingo! Yes, let's check whether you're correct or not. Let's see. So the fact says, I'm not Aladdin, so I cannot ride on a magic carpet. So the second conditional would be, if I were Aladdin, I would ride on a magic carpet. Right. Yeah. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching my video. I hope that you find this video useful. So keep visiting my channel and watch my videos. Long live less. Learn effectively smarter.